wasn't unusual for Ollie to get a visit from the police. He worked with them a lot. So, when his doorbell rang, and there were two officers standing outside, Ollie didn't think much of it. He opened up the door. What surprised him was what they said next. They said, Ollie, we need you to come downtown for questioning. I said, yeah, what's up? Got a case? There is a case. Ollie, I'm afraid, well, you're a suspect. Oh, I said, okay, I'll come. So they took Ollie downtown. They didn't put him in handcuffs, because what would be the point? But he was a suspect for something. He was feeling very anxious as he waited in the interrogation room. Soon a detective they'd worked with once or twice, Detective Jones, came in. He said, Ollie, good to see you again. I said, yeah. You too, but what's going on? He said, well, Ollie, the fact is there's been some attacks. And, well, you fit the description. So we need to ask you a few questions. I said, oh, okay. I mean, I haven't been attacking anybody. I'll say that right out front, but go ahead. So, well, where were you last night? Sorry, not last night, but like last afternoon, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, oh, I was home. Is there anybody that can vouch for you? No, there isn't. Okay. What about 2 days ago at about 10 a.m.? I was getting lunch. I'd gone downtown to treat myself to a fancy lunch at that breakfast place, Miss Shirley's. Oh, so you were downtown? Oh, I said, yeah. Okay. And what about on Sunday at around 1 p.m.? I said, Sunday at 1 p.m. Sunday at 1 p.m. I'm not really sure. I don't think I had anything in particular going. I was probably just, I know I did some reading that day. I probably was just here reading. Or home reading, I should say. Okay. Well, Ollie, look, you have a strong reputation here at the department. But the truth is, there have been a series of attacks at the Paddleboats. And the attacks, they match your description. I said, oh. The Paddleboats have been attacked by some kind of sea creature. I said, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, people aren't very good, necessarily, at identifying specifics of anything when they're being attacked, and especially not of, a sea creature. But still. The chief has told me that we should give you the courtesy of listening to how people describe the attacks. We're hoping it's not you. We think it's probably not you, but we can't avoid the conclusion or not the conclusion. We can't avoid the fact that, they're saying a tentacled thing about your size either jumped onto the boats or attacked the boats. And, yeah, there aren't normally squid or octopus, definitely not that size, in Baltimore, other than you. I said, yeah, that's a fair point. Well, yeah, I'd love to listen to them. All right. This is the first one from Sunday. And just put it on the tape. Well, yeah, so we were riding the paddle boats, and it was all fine, I mean, it's like, you don't get to go that far. But it was fun, you could see the submarine and the lighthouse ship, and, the weather was nice as we're paddling around. It was cool. And then all of a sudden, this thing squid octopus thing jumped up onto the boat and started slapping at us with its tentacles or whatever. I couldn't really see. I don't know that much about those animals, so I'm not sure what the eyes were, but it was grabbing at us and seemed like it was trying to bite my daughter. I don't know. And then I punched it a couple of times, and it slunk back into the sea. There, we got out as quickly as we could. I don't know. Man, it was terrifying. It was awful, and I couldn't get the ammonia smell out of our clothes for like days. I mean, the whole rest of the afternoon we smelled like ammonia, and that was awful. And I mean, at least it didn't squid us with this ink, I suppose. But yeah, it was terrifying. I said, "Huh, okay." All right, this is the second one from Tuesday. Yeah, it was the strangest thing. We were there in the paddle boats, and it was nice. It's a little bit overpriced, but still, it was cool. It was fun for the kids. And so there we were, paddling around. And all of a sudden, this sea creature, all these tentacles or arms or whatever, jumped up onto the boat, and it was kind of awkward. I mean, the way it moved. And so when it hit its head against the... there's a little pillar in the middle of the paddle boat we were in, and it smacked into it, and there was a loud clonk, like a hammer. And then it seemed dazed and disoriented. It tried to grab at us, but it was, seemed to be having some trouble. It did grab onto my daughter's leg. That was pretty freaky. We all sort of kicked at it. And after a minute or two, it sort of let go and gave up and splashed back into the water. It was very scary. Well, I said, "Huh." And then this is the most recent one. Click. Oh man, it was terrifying. So my family, we're here in the States. Just doing a tour. We were in D.C. for most of it, but we decided to come up to Baltimore and see the aquarium. And we saw these cute little paddle boats next to the aquarium. So we thought, oh yeah, it'd be great. Get a little exercise. Get out on the water a bit. It'd be nice. So we're paddling around, and then as we're getting, pulling back to the dock, our time's about over, this thing jumps up out of the water and just grabs onto me. And it's got all these arms everywhere. I don't know. It's got all these arms everywhere, and it's squishy and slimy, and so I'm fighting it off. I'm slapping it, back and forth and slapping it. And then I got onto the dock. Luckily, my wife and my daughter got onto the dock ahead of me, and so they weren't having to fight this thing. But it seems like I got it mostly discouraged, but one of its tentacles, I guess, was caught in my life jacket. And so it went back into the water mostly, except this tentacle was stretching, and I was trying to get away, and I was pulling away, and it stretched so far. I mean, I didn't know these things could get that long. It stretched so far. And eventually I figured it out, that it was caught. And so I undid the buckles and just let it go, and it snapped back and grabbed and it pulled the life jacket underneath with it. And then, I don't know, 20 seconds later, so the life jacket floated back up. I thought that thing was going to pull me in and drown me. I was really scared. So that's what we know, Ollie. We got some, we followed up with some questions. And, yeah, and they all said that the creature was, about your size. It was like 50 pounds or so looking, and then it had its head, mantle, part other than the tentacles, was about 3 feet tall, I guess. Sorry, I don't know what the right descriptors are. Oh, so that's fine. That's fine. That does. You're right. That a lot of that does match me. But here's the thing. I can already tell you that this wasn't me, because I can tell you right now that it wasn't an octopus. It wasn't an octopus. How do you know? I can tell you 3 ways. First of all, in that last story, the creature's arm, or I should say the creature's tentacle, stretched really far. And here's the thing. Me, I don't actually have tentacles. That's a misunderstanding. I have arms. And my arms, I can move them around and they're very flexible, but they don't get longer and shorter. They don't stretch any more than your arm stretches. Shh. So if that was me, shh. Yes, octopus's arms don't stretch like that. They stay about the same length. Because an octopus has arms, not tentacles.
Huh?
Yep.
What?
Okay, shh, don't worry about it. So that couldn't have been me if the arms, or rather the tentacles, stretched. Second thing, in the second story, that bonk. I can't make a bonk like that. I don't have any bones. Octopuses don't have any bones. We don't have anything hard. They could make a hammering sound against anything. So if it made a loud hammering noise, that couldn't have been me. I'm 100% squishy. Whereas a squid has a pen, that's a bone-like structure, and a cuttlefish has a cuttle bone. Octopuses don't have anything like that. The best I can manage is like a dull thud. Oh, okay. And third, the ammonia. Unless I get into the cleaning closet, I don't smell like ammonia. But I can tell you who does smell like ammonia. There's a certain category of fish, of squid, that uses ammonia to float. It's got a big sack of ammonia. Because it's less dense than salt water, you see. So, you can confirm all this if you want with somebody at the aquarium. But I think you've got a squid, not an octopus. But I think I can help. I said, okay, how? Give me a chance to prove my innocence by catching the squid. So I'll have to talk to the captain, but it sounds reasonable to me. Well, the captain agreed, and they came up with a plan. Ollie went and borrowed a net gun from the aquarium. And Ollie went to one of his favorite techniques, the stakeout. All the attacks seemed to happen midday. So late at night, Ollie took his net gun and he swam down and hid himself among the piers near the paddleboats. And then he waited and waited and waited and waited. He waited a full day and nothing happened. But in the ocean, Ollie can wait even longer. Well, in the sea, Ollie can wait even longer than he can on dry land. So he waited and waited, and then he saw it. It came up out of some of the deeper water, out from underneath the submarine. A big, big squid. 10 tentacles, fins on the side of its head. It was a squid. Sure enough, it was making a beeline, heading right for one of the paddle boats. So as quietly and as sneakily as he could, Ollie took aim, and he fired. And the nets went shooting out and wrapped around the squid. And Ollie came swimming rapidly after it, dropped the gun, and he gathered the end of the net, and he pulled it to the shore, to the dock. Everyone was surprised to see that. And the workers at the paddleboat station said, "Oh no, it's another attack, it's another attack." I said, "No, no, no, it's not an attack. I've got it. I've got the squid. It's the squid that's been attacking, and I've got it in this net. Help me haul it up." I said, "What do you mean help you haul it up? How's it gonna, can't it just get out?" I said, "Nope, squid aren't as good as getting out of things as octopuses are. You help me get this thing up on dry land, it'll be done for." Right then, she saw someone come running out of the aquarium. They said, "No, no, 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 don't kill it. Don't hurt it, don't hurt it, don't hurt it. It's our missing squid." Well, I said, "Missing squid?" I said, "Yeah, there was an accident in one of the tanks. It cracked and then burst, and the water washed out into the bay. We thought our giant squid was gone forever, but you've caught it. We'll be out right away. We've got all the gear we need to capture it again." "Oh, Ollie, you saved our giant squid. It's such a cool specimen. We've got the tank all ready again. Can you hold it there for a few minutes? And we'll be right back." So Ollie held it there. And after just a couple of minutes, a powerboat came around from the aquarium, from the dock in the aquarium, with a net and a little capturing device. And they loaded the squid up into the boat and puttered it back around to the aquarium where it was installed back in its artificial habitat there in the aquarium. After it was all settled, she said, would you like to come inside for a cup of coffee? And I'll be happy to give you a personal tour around the aquarium as a way to say thank you." And I said, I could go for a cup of coffee. It's been a long couple of days down there in the stakeout. And that was the story of Ollie and the paddleboat attacks.